This is Felix Müller, the newest addition to Liverpool's first team. Felix may have been born in Germany, but he's been in England for pretty much all of his life, and during this time, he's been playing some football, attracting the eye of Liverpool's youth academy. And now all his hard work has paid off as he's been promoted by Jurgen Klopp to be backing up Mohamed Salah in the right wing. Now throughout Muller's career, we're going to be keeping track on how many goals he scores, how many assists he gets, and most importantly, how many trophies he wins. We begin the month of August with some big news, mainly the fact that Politano has been signed by Liverpool, which means we have some competition for that second place spot at right wing. However, despite Klopp's new signing, I'm still going to get subbed on against Man City. 1-0 down in the Community Shield. Let's see what I can do. Now my preferred position is right wing, but for this game Klopp did sub me on at left wing. Now I won't complain about being in my unpreferred position too much, it's a bit too early in my career to be doing that. And I also do understand that Klopp does prefer having inverted wingers, so if you're left-footed, he'll likely put you on the right wing, and if you're right-footed, he'll likely put you on the left wing, which is what he did to me. But hold on, 73rd minute, we're 1-0 down, time for us to get a goal, right? Out of all people to score the first goal of this series, I definitely didn't expect it to be Naby Keita. But as I was saying, it's going to be a bit difficult for me to break into the Liverpool starting 11, considering that, well, I'm a right winger who's right-footed. So it'll be very difficult for me to take away Mo Salah's spot at that right wing position. But if I do switch to left wing, I could increase my chances of becoming a more permanent starter. No diss on Luis Diaz, but he's not as good as Mo Salah. But ultimately, I think what we'll do is we'll wait until January to see if I can keep myself in the starting 11 at right wing. And if not, we may have to switch to left wing. It's safe to say that for our first game, having Man City in the FA Community Shield is definitely a trial by fire. And unfortunately, my debut wasn't that good, to be honest. I was pretty disappointed, and I feel like Klopp was a bit disappointed as well. This was also an opportunity for us to get our first trophy of the career mode, but unfortunately, we wasted it, and Man City are the ones who are the victors against Liverpool. But don't worry, we're gonna get our revenge at some point. We still have a ton of matches to play against them this season. Heading into the locker room, heads were kind of down, but at the same time we understood that this was just pre-season at the end of the day, right? So we do have to move on from that as we face off against Leeds United for our first game of the Premier League season. And Jurgen Klopp puts me on the field once more in the 60th minute to give me my Anfield debut. Now I know that if I have a good performance in front of these fans, I'll definitely be able to get a couple of more minutes. Even if it's 10 more minutes, I won't mind it. Heading into the first game of the Premier League season, we saw ourselves as title contenders. Heck, not even title contenders, but the future champions of the Premier League. So a win here was going to be very important. And for me, I wanted to get myself a goal contribution. Whether it's a goal or an assist, I don't care, as long as I'm involved, because I don't want to be just the guy who came onto the field a couple of times while Liverpool won the title. I want to play a key role, an important role in winning the Premier League for Liverpool. But to do that, we need to get involved in the attack. We need to start scoring goals. And so far, Leeds United has been pretty tough to break down ever since I came onto the pitch as a substitute. But in the 70th minute, we got ourselves on the counter-attack. We presented an opportunity. I ran forward. I ran as fast as I could. I saw Salah running on the right wing. I thought, well, you know what? Let me cross it on my left foot, on my weaker left foot. And hey, we almost got an assist for that. It's not that we're nervous about losing this lead, but we just won a second goal. So thankfully, Salah brings in a good delivery. Jota is able to head it in, and he gives us a 2-goal advantage at Anfield. And you know what, I must say guys, Jota has got a pretty decent celebration. I wonder who he got that one from. This 2-goal advantage definitely gave me a lot more confidence on the ball. I was less afraid to take more of these more forward progressive passes, these riskier through balls, and I was more willing to head into the box to be out of position just for the chance to take a couple of shots. And honestly, it's almost paying off. And for a second there, I really thought I was going to be able to get myself a goal. As I was in the box, I took my time, but unfortunately, I only hit the crossbar. And once more, I'll have to wait a little bit longer to get myself that first goal of my career. As this game does end 2-0, Liverpool does pick up the 3 points in their first home game, their first game of the Premier League season, which means it will likely be top of the table, or at least it's a good start for us as we head towards that Premier League title. But also, on the other side of things, I could not score my first goal or even get my first assist, so for me, it's a bit of a bittersweet moment. So we take a look at the calendar once again, and we see that our next game would be against West Ham, but this time was going to be away from home. Jurgen Klopp puts us into a game where it's 0-0 against West Ham with only 30 minutes left of play, and once again it's in my unnatural position at left wing, but like I said, we aren't complaining, we're just gonna make the most of our opportunities. But it doesn't take long for us to get our first chance at scoring the first goal of our career in this game. As we receive the ball in the box, we turn, we shoot, but Fabianski is able to save this one. But you know what, I'm definitely not going to let that be my only opportunity of the game. It was drying up for a little bit, but I got hungry, got a bit aggressive, won a 50-50, gave it to Salah. He dished it to me, I took a volley first time, but once again Fabianski saves this one, despite it getting a deflection from the defender as well. But it doesn't take long for the Liverpool attack to start cooking again as I lay it off to Robertson and make a run into the box, and I don't know how, but Fabianski saves another one of my shots. But thankfully Fabinho was able to win it back, Salah gets the ball in the box, and finally, we're able to score the first goal of this game against West Ham United. And it's only fair that it has to be Mohamed Salah, our rival in the right wing position. So with Salah scoring, I had to get a goal of my own. It finally happened, boys. It finally happened. I got myself the first goal of my professional career. Had to wait 3 weeks for this, but it finally happened. And honestly, it feels really good to get that off my chest now, to get that bit of pressure, that roadblock of having to score a goal in my professional career. It's finally good to get that off my back. And more importantly, it's good to get ourselves another win, which will help us in trying to win this Premier League title. There's a lot of buzz in the locker room around me as everyone congratulates me for scoring my first goal, but also for getting the Man of the Match award. So with the Merseyside derby on the way, I've got all the momentum in the world to impress once again.